earns $2,000 and builds an opinion about a multi-billion-dollar business. So this won't never go. This we know, right? But anyway, this journalist asked Frank Sinatra, how does it feel to become so successful overnight? And he said, my dear, whoever, I was 10 years, day and night, going from one club to the other one, kicked out. And one day when I'm ready, it was not an overnight success. Guys, and let's face it, you are here. Basically, all of you guys have a very special love from my side and from my leaders towards to you. Why? Because you have something very special. And this is, you have value and vision before money. I know very well, there is some projects in the market who want to fish you with millions and billions. And some of the projects are very successful temporarily. But, you know, Aaron Steinkeller, my name, I started 1999 in network marketing. I was 8-9 years in an education of network in a company called Herbalife. There I became, then there I learned to jump over my shadow. I learned to lose my ego. I learned to become a better version of myself at little money. After, when I was ready, I entered with my 2 brothers in a coffee network, product sale, and we earned about $20 million in 4 years. Still one of the records in product MLM worldwide. Then the digital marketing network, blockchain, crypto, blah, blah, came, okay? And let's face it, nobody had experience in the beginning, what is legal, what is not legal, what is compliant. You know, MLM usually is always a little bit borderline already. But when it comes to a money similar option, like a digital currency, and people become overnight investment consultants, then you need to have not just one antenna, you need 2 antennas, and you need to say, holy cow, somehow this will not go to a good end. Look, with all respect, I have so many colleagues from my former businesses, they're making, sorry the word, shitload of money. They're making millions of income. And it's also good from the point of view of making income. But there's a big but. I can write it in big letters. If you do a business not on legitimate foundation, with investment promises, with investment consulting, with something what might not even fulfill, there is no place on the earth you can hide. Or maybe, no, maybe you need to escape to the moon. So guys, what I want to say, with all respect of people who have temporary success, I learned to read between the lines if a company will, I'm not the smartest one, but I can estimate if a company has the potential to go or to disappear. And I, for my person, don't want to be in a Titanic. Okay, what we have here in Connect, we have not a Titanic, we have just a ship what is still standing in the harbor, okay? What we were supposed to run out already. But because of some unbelievable, understandable situations, we are where we are. A few weeks ago came light in the end of the tunnel. I call it like this, okay? A few weeks ago, there came light in the tunnel. And this has always to do with leadership. Look, I'm here in Thailand. Staffan is in Thailand. Nigel is in Thailand. Jarle is in Europe. Mike is also in Dubai. We don't have the power of attorney to act, to do something. We are waiting, same as you guys. I also want my commission, okay? So it's not that you think, oh, he's happy. I'm happy because I decided to be happy. I made some money. I didn't buy Ferrari and Lamborghini and airplanes. I invested in other businesses and I'm happy. But this is the result of my decisions from the past. So the best thing what you can do, from my experience, is to come with us. We are right now a small number of people who go into the right direction. A few weeks ago, when this light appeared in the tunnel, and I have a big surprise today, guys. A few weeks ago, when this light in the tunnel appeared, it has to do with leadership. And what is leadership? Leadership is someone where you think, where you feel, where you know, damn, we have it. This is the captain. We need someone who can decide, who can execute, who is smart, who is successful, who is loyal, who is extremely workaholic. And you know, it's not often that you have this in one package together. And since we have had this honor to meet this gentleman, the day become happy again. Okay, the psychological work what we're doing, guys, it's temporary. I told you, this is not forever. This will be history. In 1 year from now, you will say, think back. Wow, we were here, we were struggling. Damn, I had a little bit thought, maybe I quit. This is very dangerous, guys, because this, I see, this is a similar situation like the best cryptos in the past. Bitcoin, I had personally 30,000 Bitcoin with my two brothers. 30,000 Bitcoin. I have a few. I invested in other companies, but I should have kept them, okay? But I was not ready. Now I know I had to do this because I was prepared for this journey here, because here we will make it bigger. And with this, I have a good surprise for you guys. We will have now a session from our president, from our captain on this boat, from our captain of green, Mr. Jonathan Gibbs. He comes here, he will give you a few delighting updates. By the way, I had yesterday the honor to be on this very, very limited call, how you say, this very special call, where Jonathan Gibbs introduced you to his three top guys, the CTO, the guy who created Apple iMusic. Guys, only with this, it's already amazing. Jonathan, I give the word to you, and thanks for jumping on this call. You are really the leader we need now, because our people are hungry to earn millions and to sell hundreds of notes. Jonathan.
Okay, hey, just as a reminder, thanks everybody for having me. If you're recording this, please only record it so you can share privately amongst your teams. The information I want to share with you, I don't want it published on YouTube. I don't want it published publicly yet. Again, we are about to start a major press campaign. We're about 2 weeks away. There will be meaningful press that will launch globally about things that we have already done and are continuing to do. And in the month of June, things will be published every few days. By July 4th, we will fully publish our white paper. We'll publish our business plan. We'll publish our value system. We'll publish a lot of things. And we'll have a lot of content that you and other people can share. We will have an online portal where you can submit your own press releases, your own interviews, your own things, and get them approved by the green community that says this is an official approved green message. And so we want to be really good at how we share content right now, because we will never have these next 70 days again. Right? And so you will not be frustrated or limited in how you can share information after the next 70 days. But you got to give me some time. I've literally only been here for 29 days, and we've got a lot of progress. So this is an update for you, so you can have the confidence. Some of you, the goal is for you to take this information and to go back into building mode. Others, you're more conservative and you want to wait until we publish all this information July 4th before you can go back into building mode, and that's okay. Okay, there's more than one way to build a business. We all have different risk profiles in when we want to get involved with an opportunity. So everybody should move forward in the manner of which they're comfortable. Here's why I'm selling nodes this week and next week. The entire development ecosystem has been rebuilt this year. Gala was so big in our ecosystem that when they left, they took everybody valuable with them, because in their proof of action sequence, developers who might only make $150,000 to $250,000 a year getting paid with Gala coins and Gala rewards. There were many developers that made $1 million to upwards of $40 million as a development asset because they got paid on a fair launch product and they took their pay in the form of reward instead of salary or hourly, which is what we're building in order to build a real decentralized product. Because of that, there were a lot of bugs in Connect that didn't really have qualified development assets to fix. Some of the things that you have been waiting to fix are really only 30-day fixes. But there was nobody qualified to do that 30-day fix in December, in January, in February. So what happened, I'm gonna share my screen here a little bit. I don't know if do I have share permission? Yeah. So here are two of the people that were hired. One is Travis Cook. We can go to his, you guys can look at his, he is the brand president for Nerds United. Travis was actually retired. He built one of the biggest software companies in the state of Utah. These are some of his team right now. I am sitting in the building with over 100 full-time developers. 85% of this team is deployed to help me with Connect, Green, and Switch to full court press a development sprint between now and July 4th. So Green can have a working product where people can use a Switch credit card to pay their power bill in one region. We're going to launch with the United Kingdom. That might change in the next 30 days. We're simultaneously working on multiple regions around the world. But right now, it looks like the UK is going to be completed first. And then we'll just launch a different region every month until we've launched the whole world. Okay. Travis's first hire was Tom Karen. Tom Karen is who I tried to hire as my chief technical officer at Lumia. Tom Karen was the only C-level executive that I went after that I didn't get. He actually accepted my offer at Lumia, and then because of personal reasons, he had to decline because of his health with his oldest daughter, who I'm happy to say fully recovered and actually just had a baby last week. You can see right here, Q Sciences is one of the fastest growing network marketing companies in the world. They did, I think, $150 million their second year or something. They're growing super fast. He built out the entire tech stack for that. We also have Jared Newbald, who built out the back end office for Young Living. So they know how these things are supposed to be built. But when Tom got started, he started the day of Christmas. He didn't have anybody to do the work. What Tom has done and what Travis has done, which they've just announced this week. So when new people, when kids, right, Nerds United, when new people launch businesses, I want to pull up some of his content here. They launch what they're doing right away. When seasoned builders launch businesses, they typically don't announce what they're doing until 6 months in or 12 months in, because when they announce it, they want to do a big announcement. This is Travis. My team does IV therapies. So one of the ways we work 60 to 100 hours a week is we do an IV every Monday. So I did my IV yesterday, and I have like endless energy for 4 days. So I got all of the Nerds team on IVs. I'm literally paying to biohack them. So not only do their minds work better, but their bodies work better on these 80 to 100 hour sprints. So I'm literally like performance enhancement drugs, right? Like weightlifters use to give themselves an edge. I am giving all of these people legal dosages of mental and physical performance enhancing drugs like vitamin C's, amino acids, Toradol, things like this, so that they can perform at their optimal level for the next 70 days. So you can see 1 week ago, Travis made this announcement that I left my semi-retirement in January to start a new gig with my fellow nerd, Tom Karen, and it's called Nerd United. We're building a whole suite of blockchain-enabled applications that will bring the power of crypto and decentralized systems to the world. Many people have a legit criticism about crypto that it isn't really being used. It's only being traded and speculated. Well, we are changing all of that. We're doing a bunch of really awesome world-changing projects like blockchain gaming, green energy mining, crypto banking, and especially a developer tool based on blockchain. This brings crypto to the real world. In a scant 90 days, we've hired and brought on 90 developers. It's 115. And tech professionals who are among the best people I've ever worked with. A serious rock star team working in crypto and Web.3 initiatives. We're building out about 10 projects simultaneously that each have a world-changing component, and we're growing to hundreds and more. Right now, we're building an important blockchain team to stand up a new blockchain for our organization. Message me if you're interested in joining a real cool team, the director, right? And he's tagged Nerds United, Cameo, it's his #1 employee, and me. This announcement is huge. This announcement is 1 week old. What they did is they spent 60 days building out Gyro, building out a project management software suite that was customized for the exact type of software development we do, that have communication gateways, publishing gateways. So before somebody publishes something to the community, it goes through one portal and it's tested in that portal in a live environment. And then no one else can, right? And then once it's fully tested, then it's published to the community. This type of environment didn't exist before January 1st. People in marketing were publishing new e-commerce portals without fully testing them on every single device and every single browser. So someone would test it on their Mac with Safari, but they wouldn't test it on their iPhone with Safari or with Google. And so it would be working on some platforms and not others. This is not enterprise development. Tom and Travis have done enterprise development for over 50 combined years. What they have built for me in the last 3 months, we could go out and build Microsoft. We could go out and build Amazon Web Services. We could stand up the biggest and most robust software company in the world. We're doing this in Silicon Slopes. Silicon Slopes has the most talented software developers in the world right now. Last year, Silicon Slopes in Lehigh, Utah, created more billion-dollar software companies, more unicorns than Silicon Valley. And this is the first time that has happened in 18 years. This is huge. Now, most of these are like fintech type software companies, but blockchain is the future and everybody knows it. And blockchain, you can't, the best guys, ladies, the best developers in the world are not blockchain developers. Most of these projects like SHIB and other projects, when they launch, they have kids. If you guys want to come and have your lunch with me, we can launch 5 coins today at lunch. And none of them will do anything that SHIB and Dodge don't already do. None of them will do anything that Bitcoin does or doesn't already do. So why would we do that? Right? We'd be adding a bunch of noise with no actual value to the marketplace. It's really easy to launch a coin on a fork and copy everybody's code and give everybody a free Litecoin that already has Bitcoin. That's really easy to do. It's so easy to do that it's so easy to manipulate. And this is why a lot of the projects are coming into regulation, and they're going to come into more regulation. This has never been done. Green has never done an ICO. We have never raised money. We have never asked any of you for money. We have never asked an outside person for money. We have never forked anything. We have never airdropped anything. This has been organically created and distributed exactly like Bitcoin. And there's less than 20 projects in the world that can even say this. Okay, what we are doing is going to be historic. And some of the changes that you've been waiting for, literally nobody was working on them on a meaningful way. The few resources that were left when Gala left, the few resources that were left behind, were barely busy keeping up with trouble tickets. What we have now, I'm telling you right now, we have one of the biggest and most robust blockchain development software teams in the world right now. And so they don't need time to fix everything. The reason why I am asking Aaron to start building is because Every error has been scoped. So we have a team now that is completing trouble tickets. I have been here for 29 days. There are people who have been waiting for their licenses for 4 months that have received their licenses. We are going through and clearing out trouble tickets. But better than that, we are building a newer working model of the core code. We are going to ship by July 4th a newer working model that doesn't have any of the bugs in it, that is going to be working much better in a reliable way. I am testing the new Win distributor tomorrow. I am testing it in a simulated live environment, and it has never, and products have not been tested in traditional software development environments like when they should have been. But most blockchain projects are not run like big, huge companies, right? They don't have the resources. They don't have the budget. They don't have the mechanism to run it, right? Like if you want to come and visit us, I can walk you around 50,000 square feet that is almost completely full with 115 of the top developers in the world. And we are bringing in blockchain experts to expedite their learning curve into blockchain software development. And everything is going in the direction that I need it to go because Tom and Travis got here before me and they had 3 months to build the architecture. And now my team is coming in and building the code and things are moving really, really fast. My green team is redesigning the entire e-commerce portal for Connect. It's going to take us 6 to 8 weeks to finish and then test it. We got a couple weeks to test it before July 4th. The people that are doing this, Trent Sims has the record of 8-figure products launched through ClickFunnels. Nobody has taken 30 different projects to over 8 figures their first year on ClickFunnels, except for Trent Sims. Ida Kemsley and Akil. Hey, you guys want to come say hi real fast? Just come put your face in here. I just walked by right here. Just come stick your face in my thing here. We got 167 leaders from Scandinavia all over the world. Hey guys. So this is Akil Tunani. When he was 11 years old, he created the #1 music download on the App Store. He had over 10 million downloads for iMusic. He personally had a company that serviced that from 11 years old to 14. He is a complete and total genius. He literally memorizes everything off the whiteboard when we're in meetings. And he says, don't erase it yet. I don't have it memorized. And he has been here for 8 days. And he is already leading meetings at Switch and at Nerd and at Core and Connect. And he is already influencing the entire ecosystem. He's been working for 2 years with Ida.
Very nice to meet you.
Ida had a software company that was worth $100 million. He is doing an asset sale with that software company for $5 million because he's bringing his entire team over to Green, which is going to save us a lot of time. So he is donating $95 million in opportunity cost because you can't sell a software company if you've gutted every single software developer in that software company. And so all we're doing is selling the final product as an asset. They're going to give him some equity to stay on there, but he was on track to build $1 billion software company over the next 12 to 18 months.
I appreciate the kind words, Jonathan, but the opportunity is definitely here with Green. We've been lucky to work with some of the best developers in the world, and we're just very, very excited to be here. So thank you guys so much.
Aaron can share their bios. I shared the links to their bios. Aaron, if you want to have those bios.
I will do. I
share their bios
in the Telegram, guys. Okay.
Ida published a book with Mark Victor Hansen when he was 24 years old. He just released a music video last month that has animation like the new Star Wars in it. I mean, the people that we're bringing on they're geniuses. They're the absolute best people in their field. And they're being heavily recruited by some of the biggest blockchain opportunities in the world right now. And they're saying no to those opportunities to be here. So thanks, guys.
It's hard not to work with someone like Jonathan. I'm sure you guys could agree. Yeah, have a good day. Nice
Definitely. Thank you, guys. Wow.
So Akil only wears black because he doesn't have, he's not interested in wasting time on anything but coding. right now. Seriously, I'm serious. Like the first day, he's like, just give me the code. And they're like, no, you got to fill in all this paperwork, all this stuff. He goes, look, every day I have to code. So give me something to code today. And so they wouldn't give him the green code because it's the oldest, most valuable code in the building. And so he went to work for the other companies for 8 days because he has to code every day. He has a beautiful mind in a functional and dysfunctional way. He has invented his own language to understand all forms of code simultaneously. He is a really rare resource. That being said, he got to spend a whole day Friday with Brant Frank, the creator of the green nodes. And he said Brant is an absolute genius and he's smarter than him. And he's so glad he gets to work and learn from a guy like Brant, who created Gala and who created Green, and who's going to teach Akil everything he needs to bring to be the CTO of Green. So this is all happening. So what you need to know is every single issue with your wallet, with your commissions, with your stuff, I get it. There's a lot of broken parts. They're not broken, they're bugs. Every software has bugs. Download your favorite app and go to the app store and see how many updates they've had on that app to fix all the bugs in that app. It's dozens and dozens and dozens of fixes, hundreds and hundreds of bugs. So everything that was broken has been identified and is being fixed, and is being fixed in a permanent way. So much so that I'm confident that there's already a date in the future where all of these things are behind us. And so what I'm asking you is, for those of us that can take that on faith, here's what I'm suggesting. Green will never be this low again. You have 70 days to tell the world about Green while it's a penny, and it will never be a penny again, in my opinion. Okay, you can never tell somebody about this before it's been in Forbes. This is going to be in Forbes and other magazines and newspapers. You only have 30 to 60 days to tell people about this before it's in some of these worldwide publications. You only have 60 to 70 days to talk about this before it's listed on some major exchanges. I have to get listed on at least one exchange so that our relationship with Switch credit card works, right? And so we have to publish the white paper. You have 70 days to sign up before the entire world sees my white paper. That's it. That's all you got left. And if you are good marketers, then that makes you sad, because you will never have a pre-launch period ever again. Look, you don't have to, everybody knows. Now, everybody knows that it's more risky to buy a project or to look at a project or buy a node for a project that's not listed on major exchanges, that doesn't have media cover, that doesn't have a working product. We do not have a working product right now. It is extremely risky, but people will not be able to say that on July 5th or soon after. So the question is, how long do you want to wait to tell people about it? Because even the people that don't want to partner with us now, if you tell them what's going to happen and we deliver on that between now and July 4th, then on July 5th, they're certainly going to want to partner with you then. So you have absolutely nothing to lose by telling people of what's coming right now. And so for me, I'm not worried about the development anymore. Tom and Travis have been here for almost 5 months. I've been here for 1 month. Based on what they built, I have everything I need to complete a working product for Green, to fix the e-com site. And so my team, just so you know, like my team is only compensated for working on Green. We're not compensated for doing any of this stuff. Okay, deadlines for us mean you make the deadline or you fucking die trying. We are extremely serious about our deadlines. So Jill, if you have sensitive ears, just you want to mute me when I get on mute, because you can almost feel the F-bombs coming, like even before I say them.
Amazing.
So listen, July 4th is a huge self-imposed deadline. And in order for my Green team to hit their deadlines, Green has to fix all of e-commerce. And so Tom Karen said, you can fix it for all of us if you're going to fix it anyway. And in order for Green to keep our July 4th deadline, we have to help Switch. So we're over there working on Switch every day, not getting compensated on it. And in order for Green to hit our deadline, we need Connect to be working. And so we're fixing Connect. And so we have taken on personal responsibility responsibility of fixing all of these things that have bugs in them so that they work for our timeline. And we are going to hit this deadline or die trying. If we miss the deadline, we will not miss it by much. And we will have a lot of pieces working by this deadline. If by some reason we miss the deadline, it will be because there is something that happened far outside of our control, and we'll end up missing it by just a very small window. But right now, we are fully confident that we can launch Green in the UK on July 4th. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. If you guys know any really big people in the media out there, we're also looking to connect to professional soccer players for clubs in the UK as well as the United States. We want to do a co-branded message where athletes and celebrities of Great Britain and America ask the world to rebrand July 4th with them as Energy Independence Day. Because July 4th, while it's important to America, is irrelevant. It's about a war that was fought hundreds of years ago that isn't relevant today. And in fact, the distribution of renewable energy has the ability to end all future wars. Right now, the biggest war of our modern day is because the #1 exporter of natural gas has invaded, unprovoked, the #2 exporter of natural gas in the world. This is an energy war, and the entire world should be coming to an end. Because with solar, wind, and water, you do not need to cross over into somebody else's boundaries to produce sustainable and the cheapest power on the planet. Solar power is the cheapest power on the planet today. And so I'm going to publish an article from 101 years ago where Thomas Edison and Henry Ford predicted this. And they asked the world to go to electricity in order to back their currency and to come off gold, because gold is not found inside of everybody's borders. Well, in the 60s and 70s, the US came off the gold standard and came on to the oil standard. And as you know, we refer to gold, oil as black gold. And it presents the same problem. And now we have wars over energy resources, not gold resources. This is going to change. You can become a movement that is literally going to start. July 4th is day one. So I don't care if you've been here for 3 months. I don't care if you've been here for 3.5 years. I don't care. I don't care what kind of problems you've had. I don't care how horrible it's been. I don't care how many broken promises your Aaron made to you or anybody else made to you, because I wasn't here then. And I've never taken responsibility for anybody else's problems or failures. I have enough problems and failures of my own that I try to take responsibility for every day. And here's what I can tell you. This is what I have always wanted to do with my life. I have always wanted to do this. And I am building a team of people that are hugely talented. And this is so important to them that they would work for free. In fact, every single person on my team, no one has even been paid in the last 45 days because of all the same commission structures and things that you're dealing with. And not one of them has said a single word to me, because they know I'm going to get their pay fixed. They know we're here for way more than the money. They know if they want to make money, they can go do a whole bunch of them. All of them could retire tomorrow if they wanted to. Those are the people I'm bringing into this ecosystem. People that have already won really, really big, that are already hugely talented, and that don't need this opportunity. They want this opportunity. Like, they want to be on the team that changes the world. And so, I will end where I started, which is I'm on a mission to sell as many smart nodes. I don't care about the other nodes right now. We can leave those 25 million nodes for the rest of the world because I want everybody to have opportunity. I am trying to sell out the smart nodes in the next 6 months. I'm trying to sell as many as I can before July 4th. Ideally, I sell them all out by July 4th. So if you're trying to wait until July 4th to buy more green nodes, I hope you miss out. My goal is to sell out by July 4th. And if you don't get any, I'm not even sorry for you, because I told you today what I'm trying to do, and I try to do what I say I'm going to do. Right? So that's my goal. And I might not hit it because it's a really aggressive goal, because it took the whole world 3.5 years to sell half of them. And I'm saying I want to sell the other half in 3 months. right? You know, these are, this is what we're doing. So you have 60 to 70 days, and I suggest you use them really wisely, where you can talk about this project before people know about it. Guys, I'm going to tell the whole world about Green on July 4th. So if you think you're going to recruit somebody really good into your downline after July 4th, you might have a much harder time doing it because they might already know about it. I'm going to publish this everywhere. I'm going to tell everywhere. I'm going to go on every podcast I can get on. It's going to be all out massive action. I'm going to personally tell the entire world about this. And I'm going to say something else. There's 168 people on this phone. I personally have sold more nodes than all of you combined since coming on 29 days ago. So one man is doing all of the DevOps, is hiring all the people, and is selling more nodes than everybody combined on this line. And all I'm suggesting is you're in a once in a lifetime opportunity and you're not capitalizing on it. And you have really good reasons. Everything did go wrong. Not a whole lot worked. There wasn't a whole lot of positive momentum. In fact, it was like the opposite. It was almost as if we were working against you. And I'm sorry. And that's over. So you were in a relationship with someone else. It wasn't me. So don't come into this relationship with me hurt based on an old relationship that you had. You and I have not had a relationship yet. I am willing to start from scratch and have a relationship with 165 people that are on the line right here. Some of you know this. You've already messaged me. You got back a personal message from me. You didn't get back a cut and paste. You didn't get ignored. Every single person that has sent me a message on the first, I put on my Facebook, which is personal to me. It's not a business platform. Facebook is not a business platform for me. I put on my Facebook and my LinkedIn and my Instagram, and every single one of you that sent me a message has gotten back multiple messages from me. Because this is blockchain, baby. There is no CEO of Green. There's no president of Green. I'm no more president of Green than your president of Green. This is blockchain. There's no president of Bitcoin. What I am doing is we are putting together the rules, which we are going to release to the world this year, that shows the entire world how valuable you are. If you have a smart node, you have a vote. If you have a smart node, you have a vote. Let me tell you what else is gonna, don't record this and share this, but let me tell you what else I'm working on this year, you guys. I'm getting off of Ethereum this year. I'm working on being our own blockchain this year. If I can do that, so if you edit this, you have to get the whole thing in it. You guys know how to take care of me. Don't edit this in a way that makes me sound like I'm an idiot and I'm just making all these promises without disclaimer statements. If you edit me, please edit the disclaimer statements with all of my big statements, because you got to take care of me so I can take care of you, right? If we can achieve this year and we can come off Ethereum, that means I can start paying out transaction fees to my smart node owners this year, right? So a smart node owner can mine Green right now, right? At 1 penny on Uniswap. I'm not going to tell you what it's worth tomorrow, but I'm telling you that if you ran a smart node last month, you made $200, $250, and it cost you less than $5, $6 in power to do that. No one can do that. No one can do that. Right? That return is staggering. And if Green goes to 10 cents, there's nothing in the market that will touch it. And I know the publishing stuff. Listen, you guys can do the work yourselves. Go Google Gala. If you bought $1,000 worth of Gala in January, okay, it was the #1 investment you could have made in blockchain all of last year. There was nothing that outperformed Gala last year. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Right? And Gala has real revenue. Gala booked $1.2 billion in revenue. That's more, Aaron sent me a list of a whole bunch of companies selling nodes. That's more revenue than all those companies combined have on chain. Gala didn't book 1.2 billion in node sales. They booked 1.2 in commerce transactions. Gala has more transactions on it on a daily basis than Bitcoin. right? This is the project that we're building. This is what we're doing. That gala is a good example of what our working product can sustain and the adoption that it can go. And so you got 60 to 70 days to tell people before they find out anyways. Here's what happens, right? Especially if you're recruiting networkers. There's a good chance, especially with your best people, like your best people, that if you wait until July 4th, 5 other people call them to tell them about the same opportunity. And if they're smart, they're going to go with the most talented networker they can find. Because that's what I didn't know when I signed up for networking. I just signed up with the guy that told me about it because I didn't know any better. Right? So you got 60 to 70 days to recruit some of the best online networkers and affiliate people in the world, because after July 4th, everybody's going to tell them about green, or they're going to go and find out about green for themselves. And they're going to call me and they're going to say, hey, can we go direct with the company? Now, my goal, and I've already told them, I'm on a call every single morning at 6 o'clock my time, Monday through Friday. Literally, before I talk to my wife, every day I talk to Aaron. Aaron is the first voice that I talk to every day. He's the first one on the call every day. And he's the first person I talk to every single day. You guys think you're tired of hearing his voice? He's the first sound I hear every morning.
Good morning, good evening.
And Aaron and Stefan, these guys are 2 of 5 people that I am making my president's circle, my global president's circle. And personally, if we can hit the right volumes, I want to send all my sales to them. Everybody I recruit, everybody I meet with, if they want to sell up and sign nodes in any country, anywhere in the world, I want to send them over to them, and they're going to distribute those people into their networks. Right? There's no reason for me to have, I'd rather have one hugely efficient sales organization that I can work with close, that we can establish trust with. You can trust me to start delivering on the promises that are being made to you by the technology. And I can trust you that we're going to share the information the right way, responsibly, right? That I mean, you guys want to know things that the rest of the world doesn't find out for 30 days, right? Like, that's both an advantage, it's motivating, and it's also helpful. It lets you know who to focus on, what to focus on, when to prepare for certain things, right? So if we can establish trust with each other, just like if you were executives at my company, I would go into a closed room at Lumio and I would tell my executive things that the market was not going to hear for 30 to 60 days, right? So they could plan ahead, so they could prepare, so they could recruit, so they could know what's coming. So they know why the work that they're doing on a daily basis is important to the overall mission of the company. What you're doing is important. I need people to start mining green, because when we launch our program, we need people to pay their power bills with green. Team, they're not going to be able to buy it off Uniswap. Go ahead and try to buy 50 grand on there. You can't. The price will go up to like 5 or 10 cents if you try. Just go ahead and try. I dare anybody on here to go buy 100 grand in green. Just watch what happens. You will be so excited if you try to buy $100,000 in green. Because what you're going to realize is what I realized when I tried to buy 100,000 in green. I tried to buy $1 million in green and I couldn't do it. I tried to buy $1 million in green, I couldn't do it. You know what that means? It means when this actually goes on exchanges, nobody wants to sell. I have literally called people and asked if they want to sell me their green at 3 cents or 4 cents or 5 cents. They don't want to sell it to me. I got to mine it like everybody else. The only way to get it is to go buy a node and mine it, because almost nobody wants to sell it. Do you realize if you have, like, it doesn't even have a function yet. People don't want to sell it because they know its potential. On July 4th, we're going to turn that potential into a reality. And then who's going to want to sell it? It's just supply and demand, team. If more people want to acquire it than want to sell it, that affects the price in a positive way. People are going to have to go on exchanges and buy it in order to get free power with it when they pay it. I've got of the 40 billion of the 38 billion that's been mined, 25 of it is locked up in the battery. Billions and billions and billions have probably been lost in the last 3.5 years. There's none to buy. The float on day one, the float will be a third of Gala's. There'll be a third of what was available to buy and sell of Gala, a third. Scarcity. If you know anything about crypto, what I'm saying to you, you should have gotten off this call 10 minutes ago and tried to sell some more notes. Think about what I'm saying to you. You are hearing about a project before it is listed on exchanges. You are hearing about a project before it publishes its white paper. Look at what this community has accomplished before any of these things have existed. The community is so committed to this project that this project already has a $400 million value based on selling for a penny on Uniswap. It has no function today.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Because the most valuable part of any project today is the community. This has the most incredible community I've ever heard of. People won't even sell their green for if you could sell Bitcoin, you guys, for $120,000 right now, and then you could go buy it back at 40,000, would you sell 100% of your Bitcoin? You're crazy if you wouldn't say yes immediately. If I'm telling people that I'm willing to buy their green for 3 cents, right? And anybody that wants to sell some, maybe you invested 30 grand, 40 grand, and you want to sell 10 million green for 30K and get your money back. And then now you'll wait as long as you can because now you're just free rolling. I'll buy it. I'll buy an unlimited amount of green under 10 cents. My first tranches are 3 cents. My team's trying to buy it. And I can't even get people to sell it to me. That means they could sell it for 300% what it's selling for on Uniswap, but they're so afraid that they can't go back and buy the same amount. And they're right. It would be very hard to buy it back. Do you realize what we're sitting on right now? That's what we're sitting on right now. Now, if it never becomes a project and you can never use it, it becomes worthless when all these other projects become worthless. But it doesn't become worthless tomorrow or next year. It becomes worthless when Dodge becomes worthless. It becomes worthless when Litecoin becomes worthless. That's when green becomes worthless, when everybody gets fed up with just speculation. But we're not going to wait for that. We're going to launch a real use case where people can reverse stake their power bill, and by spending green to pay their power bill on an automatic credit card, they can get back green. It's the best. It's like the best business plan in the world for early Bitcoin adopters who don't want to use their Bitcoin. Wait a minute. So you're saying if I use my green, I get my green back? Yes. So I'm not risking losing my green. Right. So I can use green to pay my power bill, use $100, and then get back the same amount of green. Yes. Okay, I'll do that. Like, do you understand that I'm going to have to waitlist people? Like, we're going to onboard so many users that we'll have to waitlist people so that I can scale my business fast enough to keep up with the refilling of the battery. Like, there'll be a point where we'll waitlist people to get on so they can stake green. They'll be on a wait list for this. Okay. So for the risk takers like me, right? I bought a bunch of nodes 30 days ago when everything was broken because I knew I could fix it, and because it would take me a minimum of 3.5 years to create the same value that green has created over the last 3.5 years, maybe even longer. Because I think it would be harder to do that. Green had the benefit of going through 2018 and 19, which was an accumulation window where projects, new projects were not getting pushed. We're not in that window right now. So I think it would actually take me 5 or 6 years starting from scratch to create the distribution that green has in the last 3.5 years. So I think a new project is literally like 5 years behind us.
Cool.
And I'm going to tell you one thing, Aaron, and I'm going to sign up here.
Yes.
This is what
then
you
I
get.
have a last question after for you, Jonathan.
Okay, hit me with a question.
The plan is, we planned for tomorrow Zoom with you and a special selected team, okay? So we could if it's possible for you schedule to postpone this on Thursday, same time, but to all of you guys here, 159 people, I want only people allowed to join this call who commit themselves to bring a client, a customer who is with minimum 10 green notes ready to start.
Or just one, just let's do tomorrow. If you want to bring someone that has the ability to purchase one green node.
Tomorrow, and the big on Thursday.
So it's an hour earlier, right? It's an hour earlier.
No, same time.
No,
same
it's not at 9. Really?
9. Yeah. We can do it earlier also. Then we move it 1 hour earlier.
Stefan scheduled with it at 8 Mountain Time.
Yeah. What did he schedule there?
So this call started at 9.
Yeah.
He reserved me for 8 o'clock tomorrow. Can we do 8? So it's 1 hour earlier than when this call started.
We can do, of course.
Okay. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to give you something that no one ever gave me in network marketing. Okay. Here's my commitment to 158 people. Bring somebody on the line tomorrow. I will present green. If they buy at least one green node, okay, I will do a presentation for the first person that they would like to see. So we can schedule a series of calls. So I will not only help, so what I'm offering to do for you, I'm also offering to do for the next person who buys a green node, which is help them sell their first green node.
Great deal. We will write it, guys. We will communicate in the Telegram channel. Tomorrow is a special Zoom, 1 hour earlier than this normal, where you only allowed to join if you bring one prospect. It's not just to re-listen again. You join with one prospect who is has the potential of one green node. Okay, is this right, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, so literally all I'm doing is selling nodes for the next 2 to 3 weeks because there's no more development work for me to do. It's all being done. It's all being done. I'm building 40 solar systems. I just got to wait on them. I got all my development team is working on the dev. I just need time. They just need time now, and not like months and years. They need the next 60 to 70 days, and they're not going to publish it all at once. They will be publishing improvements next week and the week after and the week after. And every week they'll be publishing permanent fixes. It won't all be perfect, but it will be much better on a completely different level than anything you or your team has experienced up until this point. It will be the best working model that Connect or Green has ever had. And so because I'm spending so much time selling nodes over the next 2 weeks, what Aaron was going to say is if you have someone that has the interest in buying between 10 and 100 nodes, 100 is the max, we can invite them to a private Zoom where we can do 1 at a time or 2 at a time. And that will be you, plus your prospect, plus me and Aaron or Stefan.
Brilliant. Very clear.
We are scheduling that. My schedule today was 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8:15 a.m., 9 a.m. I got 10 to 12 in person with a group that's flying in, 1 p.m. Then I take a break. Then I'm at 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and 8 p.m. So at 4 and at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, some of you already know this because you saw on my Facebook. If you're following me on Facebook, I'm doing calls for some of my friends and family. So I'm doing an overview. I'm not doing special announcements like what I did for you guys this morning. I'm only presenting Green to a brand new person, what it is, what it does, what it costs, and what they can expect from it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jonathan. We will communicate this now in the Telegram, guys. Don't go to sleep, and contact your prospect, contact your friends, contact your enemies, contact everybody, okay? Because Jonathan will make it happen.
Aaron, if anybody wants to sell some of their old nodes at today's node prices, or some of their green, like they just want to sell 10% of their green or 20% of their green because maybe they regretted it, or maybe just spent a lot of money 3 years ago and it's just taken a long time to get their money back. Share my information. I'm happy to pass them along to the team that's looking to acquire these.
Yeah.
The reality is
also nobody came back until now. I know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, you've got a team that's willing to buy them right now at 3 cents because they're anticipating a positive movement. But if Bitcoin drops to 26,000, we're all going to be waiting for a while, right? For that value to come back. I mean, there are things that could happen that are outside of any of our control, not things that can stop us from being successful, just things that could delay it, right? And so if you're sitting on a lot of green and you would like to make some or all of your money back from your purchase, there are people that are looking to get exposure.
Fantastic. Guys, this is very special. There's no deal in the market where in this early stage, someone, even I offer to many of my friends, if you want money, let me know. I get your green and you get some whatever you want. But it's far away from being a scam. Just this, it's far away from being a scam because we want this, we need this, we know where this will go. And all is pointing on 4th of July. This was very special that Jonathan came in here, showed even Akil and his team. I mean, this is brilliant. This is just, for me, from the gut feeling, it couldn't be better. It couldn't be better to be right now, right here. Now all makes sense that we had to work, to wait. We had to wait, we had to wait, and we had to wait. And I told you in the beginning, this waiting time, this psychological game is over very soon. Guys, we are all in between, not we are all, those who get it, those who work for tomorrow's call, to bring people who are interested and also financially capable to come and let Mr. Jonathan do the work for you. Let the master of green do the work for you. So there will be, look, 150 people are here, 150 something. There will be a few people who won't make it to bring people. And there will be a few people who bring 5, 6, 7 prospects. This is how it is. I would go now. I don't want to hold you back longer. We will post the link, the communication on the Telegram. Go viral in your team and bring people for tomorrow's Zoom. And then we will see further where we do these special Zooms, where we need individuals who can bring 10 nodes and above for a private Zoom, okay? Very important. 10 nodes and above individuals we bring in a Zoom private with Jonathan, where we will really, let Mr. Jonathan work for you again. This is it. Work smart, not hard, guys, okay? Bless you. All the very best from Bangkok. See you tomorrow, 1 hour earlier. Don't forget, 1 hour earlier. Bye-bye and have a good night and have a good work.